going on, dudes? Welcome. Doing a nice quiet stream tonight, possibly on my own. I shot the link out to some of the dudes. Sketch this and call it Dead Space. I'm just hanging out on my own tonight. It's officially my girlfriend's birthday. She's a Thanksgiving baby this year. So happy birthday to her. Yeah. I'm hanging out, having a drink, a little bit of a smoke. Gonna do Isaac from Dead Space, I think, or maybe a Necromorph, and then I'll do Isaac tomorrow. And yeah, just gonna chill. Listening to Bloom in the background, hanging out. Hell yeah. I'll share the screen on Bloom. He's playing a way out with a buddy, and they're fucking hilarious. So it's a little something extra in the background.
I forgot your name.
If you dudes also watch stuff on Twitch, go follow Bloom Online.
I might have to turn down some visual settings a little bit.
Go drop that dude a follow and tell him I sent you. It's kick ass. You like laughing? Definitely give him a follow because him and the rest of the headshot dudes are fucking hilarious. What is up, Razmaz? Doing a little solo thing. I shot the link out to
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate
to Ryan and Kevin and everybody. Kayla is evidently having some problems with her laptop right now, so she's not sure when we'll be able to get back. She downloaded a new update from Microsoft, and it's all fucked up. What is up, Mitch? Good to see you, dude. Last night was wild. It was a fucking good time. I'm thinking tonight I'm gonna dick around with the Sketchcard, figure out what I'm doing with that. And I need to start cracking down on ideas for my 24-hour comic challenge. So I think I'm going to get into that a little bit. These dudes are playing that game A Way Out. It's like two dudes breaking out of prison together. But yeah, I'm thinking Dead Space, Necromorph for Isaac. Do one today and maybe one tomorrow if I stream after the festivities. I feel like I'm going to eat tomorrow and just black out. But I want to do a stream tomorrow night as well. And we're trying to do a stream Friday night sometime too. Hail, Fenrir Fire. What is going on? Randy as well. What's up, dude? Good to see you all. Like I said, yeah, some of the dudes might be popping in. Not sure. Haven't heard anything back yet. We shattered fucking 750 watch hours thanks to you guys. We're just flying through it. We'll be at 1,000 soon, and that's a quarter of the way to the channel being monetized, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for the 24-hour comic. So I gotta grab a little notepad so I can write some ideas down. I'm going to get wasted and not give a fuck about anything. Yeah, that's gonna be most of the day. Lots of day drinking tomorrow and hanging out. It's also my girlfriend's birthday. She's the baby of the relationship, but she just finally turned 32. 30, I should say. Like 30 as well as I am 30. That's horribly worded. But yeah, it's her birthday today, so it's a double celebration. And I get to eat good food and hang out with her and her family because we work together. So even if they want to try and quarantine us, we're already around each other all fucking day. So suck my dick, government. What's going on, Joe Boo? What is up, Jason? Good to see you, dude. There's a fuck ton of people streaming tonight. I'm jumping around, jumping up, and
don't push
getting
me.
down, jumping around. Who else is streaming right now? I was like popping around earlier.
Dude, I walk so bad.
I know
Hey,
Art's
I'll-
live
you're the
with
new
the
guy too,
dudes,
bitch.
Thunderbuns, and all those.
I was in the yard.
Oh,
I've
yes,
been
right.
here.
You were.
I didn't see anyone else though.
Yeah, I gotta sign some papers.
Now you have a boyfriend.
Count Dacula's new Blackbeard Mad Lads vid is so good. I hope you check it out.
I gotta do
Oh,
some-
dude, I was in there live earlier today watching a little bit of it, and was like, yeah, I'm like, I was too busy at the time. I was like, I'm gonna back out of this, and then when it's up later,
Like, significantly faster than I
I'll
was.
watch the whole thing. I love that dude's stuff. Dacula's hilarious.
Oh no.
Thank you, Mitch. I'll be sure to let her know all you guys said. So, like,
How
I know she's a little bummed because we normally go out and do stuff for her birthday and see
Bro,
friends,
are you
and
just
it's
gonna
like
stare at those naked
we're
butts?
not so bad about all the quarantine stuff, but a lot of our friends are like super
So just
freaked
stare at
out
the naked
about
guys.
seeing
Alright,
people.
fair
So
enough.
Piper, Wise Guy, Shane, and Bancroft just ended. Oh damn. Yeah, I was mixing. My drunk brain was mixing Bancroft up with another Michael for a really long time for some reason. Shane, I've only caught a couple of his, but his are great too because Ethan and all those dudes show up. And I've seen a couple of Wise Guys, but you never know what's going on there. He's been trying to get us on, but I just been so focused on building up our channel and figuring our shit out. Was all worried early on about that whole piggybacking off other people. I'm gonna mute this for now. Yeah, I was worried about piggybacking off other people's channels and stuff. I didn't want to be perceived that way. We're very much here to do our own thing, and we appreciate any help, but we're not here to do that. We wanted to carve our own little niche out. Wise Guys is a marathon, man. He'll go 4 hours or more if you let him. Dude is like a rite of passage. Yeah, right. It's a religious experience getting on with Wise Guys. That's kind of how we are. We'll go all night. I mean, we had a couple. I think the longest one we did was pushing 6 hours now, and that was the other thing. We're planning out the 24-hour comic stream right now, which I actually need to like write all of that down so I stop forgetting about anyone. But we have 8 people lined up for it so far. We've all decided that 3-hour blocks is the best for it. So it's not going to be 24 hours straight of making comics. It'll just add up to 24 hours overall. But essentially, we will do 3-hour streams. We'll plan them out. It'll be an 8-parter altogether for 24 hours. And all 8 of us will get on. And we're making a comic in 24 hours. Every single one of us has to make our own comic, so there'll be 8 different comics. I told the guys for the first one, we're going to keep it really loose. The original charity challenge that I based it on was what's it called? Was 24 pages in 24 hours, which I thought was cutting it really close, making it kind of hard on the guys the first time around. So we decided on a 20-page comic in 24 hours. So you have to do the 20 pages in that time, all on your own. If it's going to be a silent issue, so you don't need to do any lettering, you make it a silent issue. If you want to make it black and white so you can avoid the time sink on colors, you can do that, but they need to be at least penciled and inked and telling a story. You can't just cop out and not finish the letters or anything like that. Like, you got to try and get as close to what you intended to make as possible, but also keeping it fun, keeping it loose, and just enjoying yourself and doing something different. Not getting too bogged down in doing something. How about 48 hours, Razmaz says. That would just be really, really long and would take months to get through everything. That's why this first one, we were like, we're going to do it 24 hour style. Maybe we'll work on our or maybe we'll do another one later or something after this one. We'll see after we get through this. But I like the 24-hour constraint, and as it is, it's probably going to take couple of months to get through all 8 parts of it and everything with all the conflicting schedules. That's why we decided to break it up in the first place, was like 24 hours straight no one can really do. So it's more of like we'll plan the first part, all 8 of us will figure out when works best for us for a 3-hour block where we'll all get together, and then it's ready to go. We set the parameters, so you're allowed to write, you're allowed to develop and stuff like that. Character sketches, different designs, coming up with locations, anything like that. You can even do layouts and stuff like that, but it can't be on the final pages. The final pages need to be done live with everybody there watching. Now for the fun part. It'll all be live. I'm trying to write down everyone's names so I don't forget anybody. Sorry about this. And Ed. Yeah. So right now we got 8 people all together. Let me check chat really quick. 48 hours and get Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte to participate. Oh my God, dude. 48 hours keeps coming up everywhere. And then we'll do another 48 hours. Star Wars Black Series are the only thing I spend money on from Disney, LOL. Yeah, I can't think of the last time I got anything Disney, really. We haven't even... my girlfriend's like a Star Wars nutcase, and she still we both still haven't seen the new movie. I have no clue what happens in it. No, it's the first time too where I'm like, I'm at peace with this. Yeah, I can't do the 24-hour comic thing. I barely have 4 hours to work on my own stuff. Like 4 hours a day, LOL, but it's a fun thing to do. That's a bummer either way. Hopefully Absolute continues to build, dude, and eventually it'll just be the full-time gig. Just making comics. That's the dream for all of us. Thanks, dude. William C, welcome. 24-hour comic sounds cool. Yeah, we're gonna be, hopefully people will be following along with us. That's kind of why I was like, it'll be cooler to break it up into parts too. It's sort of honor system. You work on it on your own time, or you can work on it along with us and set it aside and wait till the next part and then work on it again. Post them up. Maybe we'll do a little giveaway for the fan favorite or something. Have all the 8 competitors. We'll all pick whoever follows along with us. I think that would be really cool if you guys want to do something like that. If you're up for the challenge, I think that would be really cool. I got all the gouache stuff coming in this week, so we're getting I'm putting a package together for a cool giveaway on here. I think we're going to do one at 500 subs because we're nearing 400 right now. But when we hit 500 subs, we're going to do a giveaway with basically the whole setup that I'm going to be doing this comic with. The full color 60 color set of the Arteza gouache. One of the sketchbooks that I'm using, which is a 64-page watercolor sketchbook, which I'll be going over when they come in and sort of showing my game plan for how I'm going to go about the design of the book. And I thought these were really cool because they're linen bound, they're real nice, not super expensive or anything, and I can do the original whole book in just this, the whole comic book in this one little sketchbook, and it's like an 8.5 by 11, so I can essentially draw it almost print size, slightly larger. And if I scan it in and shrink it down and print it or whatever, it'll all look really cool. It's a bit of challenge for me because it's gouache and I haven't really worked with that before. I messed around with watercolors a bunch, but I'm excited to just sort of dive in and get really experimental. Now the fun part, everyone that's lined up so far, we have Jeff Elkins, honestly, which I've mentioned before. So the artist on City of Rot with me, my co-creator on City of Rot, he's going to be doing his own comic. Then we have Kevin Castanero, who's my co-creator on Can't Kill Cade. You guys have seen tons of his stuff on here. Count Pagan in here, Count Pagan on Twitter. He's another one just kicking ass and making crazy stuff. I have a feeling he is going to absolutely obliterate all of us because he's just like one of them Jack Kirby type of dudes, just fucking cranks out pages and can work really fast and loose when he wants to. Ryan Wynn is our third contestant, a great friend of mine and just an all-around kick-ass artist. We obviously know him for his inks, but he's also become quite the writer. He's always been an exceptional artist, and he pencils, inks, colors, everything. Another one to watch out for. I'm scared to go up against these guys if this is any sort of legitimate competition. Then, really fun, cool stuff. Obviously, I'm going to do one. I've been talking about it nonstop. It was my idea. I can't really back out. This is sort of my trial by fire. But the really exciting stuff is, guys, we locked in over this week and today. So another fun one. Rob Geronimo will be joining us officially. He confirmed with me today. So Rob will be here. Another fan favorite, obviously. Hell yeah, man. It'd be cool to collect them all and put them in a book. We've already talked about it a little bit. I think that would be very cool to put them all on newsprint and make it like the Death Curse Jam anthology or something. So yeah, we're already on the same page, same wavelength, William C. I like the way you think. Rob G, that was the last one we announced. So yeah, Rob Geronimo's in there, and then we have Tyler Wentland also confirmed. The artist, writer extraordinaire, creator of Red Koi and Swan King over at Alterna, and another great friend of ours. So Tyler will be here. He was scared but immediately intrigued, just like Jeff. And what won him over is just like all these other dudes. They said the more they thought about the daunting task, the more they started to come up with cool ideas. And yeah, that was that was the spark that got me going with this too. And I was like, this is sort of like the perfect little quarantine thing too. We're all sort of got a little bit more time on our hands these days, and I think it'll be really fun. Then Nick got back to me. So Nick Welch, colorist on Red Koi, Swan King, Can't Kill Cade, all sorts of other kick-ass stuff. A bit of a writer himself, and also an artist. So Nick will be joining us as our seventh contestant. And then a bit of a wild card, because we don't know him that well yet, but we're excited to get to know him. He's been lurking in the background when Kayla's on, but Kayla's boyfriend, Ed, is an exceptional artist. He's a full-time tattoo artist and quite the illustrator, and he wants to take a dip in comics. So while Kayla's sort of emceeing the show, Ed will be off to the side with her working on a comic himself. So we got eight kick-ass dudes, all sorts of different styles that are going to be working along with us. And like I said, it'll be 3-hour blocks done over multiple weeks. We're talking about doing a little precursor stream for it. That's sort of just everyone hanging out for a night. We'll do sort of a round table like our usual streams, but it'll be a lot of us all hanging out, talking. I want to sort of juice the ideas out of everybody so everybody can share a little bit about what they're going to be doing for their 24-hour comic, and maybe brainstorm some more ideas live. And that's sort of how I crack things I'm stuck on when I'm writing. So I think the little brainstorm session live with everybody while we set the final parameters and the date for the first part together will be a fun little stream. So we're figuring that out first, and if we have a date set for the first part by then, we'll just announce it that night, or we'll figure it out that night. And then we'll get rip roaring on it. Covered the giveaway and everything. Yeah, that will be the 60 color gouache set, one of those sketchbooks like I was talking about, a little brush set like I use, and then probably some inking pens like I use to go over the gouache. So it's literally like a little starter kit for how my crazy ass does art. Yes, that would be rad. Cool. I'd be all over it. Yeah, I'll have to talk to the guys, but I think that would be wicked cool. Even if it was just something really small, like we did it on newsprint, like I was saying, and we just print that little 500 minimum print run. Jamthology, that's great. Don't forget to invite a random homeless dude to participate too. Yeah, that'll be the next one. The second 24-hour comic challenge is we get a random homeless dude, like Kevin said, to give us our ideas. We all get a randomly generated idea from a crazy homeless dude, and we have to draw our 24-hour comic based on that. That would be miserable. I'd be doomed. That's my one saving grace right now, is I'll be able to write and plan my ass off before this. That's my bread and butter, world building. That's why I'm like, what do you guys think? What genres, what's some stuff you would like to see? I'm leaning more towards horror just because it's the Death Curse way. We're predominantly going to be a horror and sort of genre fiction publisher in the long run. So I'm leaning more towards something like that, but we're leaving it open-ended for everybody. So I don't even really know what everyone's doing right now. I know some setting bits and stuff like that for different people. I know Kevin is doing his based on a 3 Inches of Blood song. So that one's probably going to be wicked kick-ass. But YA, like young adults. Horror, duh. That's where I'm leaning. Erotic thriller. What range of erotic thriller? What are we talking? Like Basic Instinct or Hellraiser? YA is like young adult, right? I'm not a complete idiot. Comedy horror, I'm assuming that was. Yeah, Mitch, I'm not sure if you were still in here for that last night, but I figured you'd be stoked for that. Coming of age about age of coming. Cinemax stuff. It's like a razor's edge of porno and murder mystery. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Everybody else is doing really cool genre comics, and I'm just doing a softcore porno. Yeah, joking about YA. The only problem with that, William, I have nothing against it. My whole thing is that would be a huge challenge for me. It already is, just without the time constraint. I'm working on something for the Ransomverse that's sort of like the all ages entry point, but that's such a weird thing for me because I'm like, what happens if this kid's book is a big hit and these kids end up wanting more from me? All of the other books are way more adult in the Ransomverse stuff, so it's weird trying to fold that into things. but I have a decent idea for sort of a little ongoing, and I actually have a fairly big name artist and inker that are interested in it, but that's like big time back burner stuff right now, because again, I can't really crack the. I need to make it something good that'll stand the test of time, and not just be more paper on the shelf. So yeah, keep an eye out for that in like 2025 when I figure out how the fuck to write for young kids again. Sorry. Shrek the erotic thriller. Jesus Christ. Institute, you madman. Well, that'll be the challenge. All 8 of us make our own distinct comics, and then we make Institute make 8 distinct songs about the comics. Just to torture him. What's up, Colin? Good to see you, man. Yeah, so I was gonna do a sketch card, but I kind of want to figure out some more ideas for this. Thinking horror. I don't know if I want to do like a period piece or something. I know I've been talking a bunch about doing something with scale. Like I wanted to play with like scope and stuff. That's why I was thinking something with fantasy originally. It was like I can do just like cool fucking warrior, barbarian type of dude with a cool sword and outfit, and just hacking up some gnarly monster. How's it swinging my favorite Yabby? Draw a Yabby. I'll do it. All polka. Oh my god. I'll send you Dosh for a sketch card, Yabby. Jesus, I'm all on my own here. Yeah, horror fantasy was sort of where I was leaning. And it's funny because I had an idea a while back for like a really dark, almost, we were jokingly calling it Goth Conan behind closed doors because we didn't know what the fuck else to call it. But I could do something with that. Horror fantasy. I like the idea of doing something, not necessarily like out in the woods, but I think that's why fantasy works really well, is I can do lots of organic landscapes and just sort of some weird ruins and architecture and shit like that. Fuck around with cool stuff I normally wouldn't draw. Like if I'm really, really trying to test myself with the gouache and everything too, I just completely throw myself over the edge and do a genre that I wouldn't traditionally pick myself. Because, like I said, I enjoy a lot of sword and sorcery comic stuff. Love Conan as a kid. Just not super into like writing it and doing it. I feel like it's another one of those things that's just like super oversaturated, and I could never think of anything cool and new to bring to the table. Dark Realm. I've told you my horror fantasy idea of a dude having monsters becoming more and more pronounced in his life. Yeah, I think you mentioned that in one of the earlier streams when we, like, early on in our very short but sexual YouTube career. Yeah, I like that idea though. It would be more action heavy because I still need to tell a story or whatever. Make it interesting. But I like that idea of like a gnarly warrior dude fighting some gross fucking monster. Maybe some monster eating a village or something, and this guy shows up like a Witcher sort of thing. And it's like, well, the village is fucked, but we can't keep letting this monster travel the countryside and eat all these fucking villagers. Do you like Fear and Loathing but with a Conan fantasy guy going insane. I was working on a project with my brother a while back that was sort of that vibe, but it was a western. I think we were calling it Sunspot, and yeah, that was like really weird. I was having him look at like old Ditko stuff and Steranko, just like weird trippy shit, and it was that was sort of is like a Pinkerton following this outlaw through the desert, but they've been like going for days and days and days, and the fucking Pinkerton is like losing his mind. If you want to use the idea, the monster in the closet has to be named Colin. This goes to anyone. Yeah, you gotta pitch that the night of where we do like the round table with everyone before we officially start. I'm not trying to do something too modern. Like I don't want to do a contemporary setting or anything. I'm about to be doing that with Camp Rainbow for like the next year of my life at least. So I didn't want to just be like, oh, I'm going to be drawing, modern buildings and modern architecture and woods and stuff. I want to really be able to fuck around and get weird with the gouache. I'm also going to like, once I have my scenes blocked out and everything for it, I want to come up with very distinct color, like limited color palettes that I stick to for everything. And, have like a lot of fun with that, so I kind of need to plan that out with like changing of location or time lapses and shit like that. There's all these little weird tricks that I'm gonna talk about as the channel progresses and my brain swells. I think a cheesy superhero named Trip who can alter serotonin levels and control people's trips, but his arch nemesis is an old hippie who's jaded and drugs have no effect on him would be dope. There's some stuff that's been done like that before, like fucking Donnie Cates, that chud, did what the fuck is the name of it? Buzzkill, I think it's called. It was like a dude who gets his powers from getting fucked up on drugs and alcohol. But the last time he like saved the world, he got like blackout drunk and almost died or something. It was weird. I didn't end up reading all of it. But yeah, there's stuff like that. We have a character in the Ransom verse that hasn't been introduced yet that kind of has a thing like that. I like some cheesy stuff like that. It's just it's all an execution. That's not a bad idea. You gotta hold that close, Institute, and develop it. Yeah. So horror fantasy. Seems to be a hit. Yeah, I don't know, but now I gotta go Google that. Yeah, definitely check it out. I know the art was fucking cool, but I don't remember much past that. Like it felt, it sounds kind of gimmicky, but it looked really good. I only read, I think, the first 2 issues. Horror fantasy. Do I just want to do a guy hacking shit up for 20 pages? Hunting some sort of monster, I think, would be really cool. There's a good chance anyone else could be doing that, though. I have a lot of ideas, but a lot of them are like big world ideas. It's the picking one good and synthesizing it down into just one little, because we're basically making one-shot stories at 20 pages. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, there's 10 of you guys in here, so why not mention it again, even if I have. we're officially going to be moving forward with another Death Curse book with another creator, Michael Odom, on art. So another Death Curse book will be coming sooner than later, and that dude is just a machine as well. So we're putting together another fun little story, and it's gonna be kick ass. What was good at that? Trespasser at Alterna. Yeah, that's another. It's what, Justin and Christian, right? Ryan, and Ryan's his last name. Yeah, Christian Rossi's art on that, and I think that's honestly one of the tightest written scripts at Alterna. Like, that book is so fucking good on its own. Like, it doesn't even need a follow-up. It's just a perfect little story in every way. Yeah, in terms of limited world, exactly. That's another good idea too. Is it's just like father and daughter. Yeah, that's a great way of articulating it. Not limited, focused. Exactly. It's very much just this character story about a father and daughter and their dynamic, and what lengths they'll go to survive. But it's just so tightly scripted and beautifully executed by Christian. Christian Rossi, if you aren't familiar. My co-creator on Voidwalker, who is just fucking one of the best. Yeah. Trying to think. Then there's a part of me, I've been on this weird Dead Space hang up lately. I missed that game, and I'm like, man, I wish they would do a remaster of Dead Space, so I could just play it all day. So part of me is also like, man, it'd be cool to do some sort of futuristic fucking horror thing there. Just end up doing a Dead Space fan comic because I'm a nutcase. Outside of chat and my shit posting, can I have a chat with you to hammer out an idea I'm working on? Yeah, I guess if you follow me on Twitter, hit me up on there sometime. It's Rooster_Puncher over there. Oh my god, I cannot fucking type tonight. Sorry guys, hang on a second here. Trying to drop it in chat for you. EA are looking into porting it over to the current engine. Yeah, that'd just be fucking printing money for those idiots. I don't know what's taking them forever. But yeah, hit me up over there. I'm busy like all this weekend and everything, so if I'm short with you, it's just girlfriend's birthday, the holiday, and catching up on City of Rot stuff, so Jeff can get right back into it after his madre heads home. But yeah, if I can be of help, I'll look over whatever you send my way and try to give you the best advice I can. I was actually mentioned to Ryan that a lot of people have been asking about the reviewing stuff like that. Not so much like helping iron out ideas. I can only do so much with that before it turns into a big fiasco. It's sort of taking away from getting my own work done. But reviewing people's portfolios sort of and going over them live if people are comfortable with it. I don't want to deal with the butthurt madness some people might have with it, so people need to come with realistic expectations and a level head, but we might potentially be able to do something like it. I know I think Art T Bear a while back did it, and I think some other guys have done it on their channels, but I was thinking more of going at it with a couple of us live, and we sort of go over the stuff and talk about it from different perspectives. More from me as like the writer editor perspective, what I'm looking for in an artist, what draws my eye, and just feedback on different, because Ryan can give a lot of focus feedback if I can get him in on it, on the inking and a lot of different technical aspects. Same thing with Kevin. Kevin went to the Kubert school, so I think it'd be really cool if we could do something like that eventually. Not saying it's anytime soon, but these are other things we're talking about. Optimization of the engine. Hell yeah. Oh, dude, that's cool. I just have an idea that I want to turn into a comic. Yeah, that's how it starts, man. It's more, here's my idea, how I make a comic from this. I suggest, even though I don't really like his comic books very much, Brian Michael Bendis has a book called Words for Pictures. And it's basically like the closest thing to a textbook on writing comics. So I suggest everybody go out and pick that up. Silver Ogre, welcome, hail. Good to see you. Yeah. Bendis's book that book on writing comics is surprisingly great, and I think probably the best thing he's written. But yeah, definitely one to check out. That'll help sort of demystify a lot of the creation process and stuff like that too. You learn a bit about the guts and everything, what goes into making a comic. I think that's the one too where he says something to the extent of like a script for comics is like your love letter to your artist. There's no wrong way to do it. There's no wrong way to write a script. It's just what works for you and your artist. It's weird, but it's definitely a book to read through. Yeah, definitely check it out. Had to go see Stefani Rene drawing, learned a lot. That dude is like insane. I'm constantly complimenting his creature design work too. I love seeing that stuff pop up on my Twitter feed. I gotta see if I'm subscribed to him. Is he on YouTube? I was like, am I missing something? Did I not know he was? Maybe I already do subscribe. There's just, again, too many people. Then I'll put a pitch idea together for you to glance over. Yeah, that's the hard thing, dude, is getting, like, I'm still, every day I feel like I'm learning, like, new tricks and stuff on, like, making better pitches. And it's really just, like, the art of getting people excited for your stuff. And it's so hard when you're like, I know if I give it to them, like, if I gave people, like, 5 pages of the story to look at, they'd be like, yeah, this is cool. This looks kick-ass. But something about just explaining it to them beforehand always, like, completely fucks me up. It's the strangest thing. That is my downfall. My curse. He is often opposite Michael Bancroft. Oh, okay. Very cool. Ryan was telling me to check Bancroft out because he was on with him recently. So I am definitely subbed to him now. I'll have to pop in for more of those. Will be the first Outside Eyes having a read. Definitely get more. You should never have just one. Get as many as possible is what I say. What's a tough choice? Did I like lose track of something? Forgot what I was talking about. Oh, know what we can do? I can show you guys again what I'm talking about for the stuff for the 24-hour comic. And the giveaway. So whenever the channel breaks 500 subscribers, we're gonna be doing a bit of a giveaway here. I got ordered a couple of these, ordering more soon, but it's a 60 color paint set from Arteza. I actually am reaching out to them this week as well because they evidently like to sponsor YouTubers. But it's a 60 color gouache set from Arteza. This is what I'll be using on the 24-hour comic jam that we're doing. I think Kevin might be joining me in that as well. He liked the idea of it. But it's 60 colors, all gouache. I'll be giving away one of these sets, some paint brushes, some inking markers, and a sketchbook. Basically, the whole starter kit for how I'm going to be doing my 24-hour comic, all in one bundle, shipped to the winner, for them to do their own little comic, or just sketch around and have fun, do some painting. We'll be shaping out the details and everything on that, and how to participate and win. I'm thinking maybe doing one if people are genuinely going to do comics along with us while we're doing the 24-hour comic stream. I think we might do some sort of giveaway for that as well, for the best fan comic, and maybe I'll do another bundle of this stuff with the same setup, because I think that would be really cool. And sort of deserving if you guys are all going to punish yourselves and make a comic with us. So maybe we'll come up with rules for that. And we'll do like the fan thing, like you guys do 10 pages in 24 hours while you follow along with us. And we'll review them at the end of the 8-part series. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah. So it's those paint setups, and then these are the sketchbooks I was talking about. So they're 8.3 by 11.7, almost 8.5 by 11, a little bit bigger. They're actually kind of closer to comic book aspect ratio. Also wear a white t-shirt and color it with those. Yeah. My girlfriend actually loves to tie-dye, so you're probably about to see me looking like a super hippie all the time on here, because she's nuts about it. But yeah, these are the nice linen bound sketchbooks I was going to do. This is what I was talking about. Nice 110-pound watercolor paper. I've actually used some of their watercolor paper before. It's not anything fancy, but it gets the job done. And I've always been more of a have fun with whatever you can do. Like I'll have fun with crayons if you give me some crayons. It's whatever. It's not the arrow, it's the Indian. I guess. That'll probably piss some people off. Yeah, but these are 64 pages, which I thought was perfect because we have to do a 20-page comic. So even if I nail all 20 pages, or if I nail all 20 pages, that means I have 44 extra pages just to develop ideas and stuff through the week. I can maybe use it like a notebook and do some of my writing in there. So you'll see some of my horrible, grammatically incorrect, messy, scatterbrain notes that make no sense if I put those in there. Development sketches of characters, monsters, whatever the hell I go about doing. Just sort of pack that thing with all sorts of my brain, I guess. Pouring my brain out on the page, and you'll see how I sort of do things. And this is all a lot of first experiences for me, so it'll be a lot of trial and error, and it'll be messy and stupid, but it'll be fun. And yeah, I thought that was really cool. Do it all in this, and then I can just slide this guy on my bookshelf, and I stocked up on these sketchbooks, so if I want to, every couple months I can go back and do another one. If all these guys are burnt out after doing one of these and they don't ever want to do one with me again, and they all stop returning my calls, then I'll do them by myself on the channel. But I have a feeling this is probably going to be more of a recurring thing, whether it's annual or whatever. It'll be cool. That would be cool. I may hop in on that. Hell yeah. And spread the word around. We'll get some sort of hashtag going, and we'll poster for it or something. But I think that'll be really cool. Watercolor is so unforgiving. It definitely can be. I think if you work sort of light to dark, you can get away with a lot of messing up. But that's why I'm checking out gouache silver. Is gouache has a little bit more opaque properties to it and stuff like that. There's definitely a lot more forgiveness in this, and that's all I've ever heard. It's sort of this beautiful medium between like acrylic and watercolor. So I'm looking forward to messing around with it. And especially doing something in one of these little sketchbook guys. Like, I think that'll be really cool to have something at the end, which is also why I'm pushing to try and do something hand lettered, is to have something at the end that you can just look through and read like the originals, just like you would read the comic, like just in perfect sequential order. I think that'd be awesome. And then Ryan told me I should put the fucking book up for sale after the original, but I don't know if I could do that and part with the first comic book art I've drawn in 15 years, something like that. Could be a bastard. Really, I am gonna send you a 24 pack of colored pencils. Oh, I have like hundreds of colored pencils, dude. I learned with oil pastels and am very heavy-handed. Oh yeah, man, I got big old fucking bear paws for hands. I know the struggle. I really loved pastels back in high school, but I haven't really done much with it since that. And kind of the same like hand feel of medium, but like charcoal sticks and stuff like that back in the day. I always liked that stuff because it was you could do like really big stuff really quick and just lay down and block out so much color so fast. It's like very gratifying. Lots of like instant reward in that. Could be a bastard and make you go at it with oil paints. Oh yeah, I don't know dick about oil paints. You'd be on your own on that one. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know how to safely ship an oil painting to someone. Like, I never got any of that. I have, my grandparents have oil paintings that are like still not completely dry and shit. Like, both of them were wicked into painting. My great grandmother was a fantastic painter. She did more watercolor landscape stuff. I think that was kind of why I wanted to do something fantasy this time around, was doing all that landscaping stuff. I feel like it's kind of like in my fucking blood. A bunch of them like grew up around Cape Cod, and just grew up painting beaches and all this weird shit. I think we've talked about this before. I'm having like intense deja vu all of a sudden. Oil paints never dry, they set. Yeah, we've definitely talked about this. Smudging in shadows with my knuckles and stuff. Gouache takes skill and concentration. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna throw all that out the window. Gouache can be sucked and sopped back off the paper with a dry brush if the paint paper is still wet. Yep, there's a lot of messing around that can be done, and when it dries, it's semi-opaque, so you can still go over stuff. That's what I mean. Like, I'm gonna be able to do a lot of layering and come back to things, and that's the fun thing, and why I think it works so well with the 3-hour blocks. is I'm gonna have to plan out, like, okay, penciling all my pages in the first 3-hour block or the first 6 hours. So the first 2 blocks. If I can get all my penciling done in that first 6 hours, that means the next 6 I can spend all painting. And if I can get all the gouache done in there, and that's the thing too. You kind of got to be quick because you got to account for drying time and stuff like that. It's gonna be interesting, and I need to figure out ways to let them safely dry without smudging and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to do testing on how long it takes for these things to dry. Could be cutting it real close. Who knows? But you guys will all find out with me as we go. I don't know. It's what I learned from my brother's arts degree. My painting experience is limited to painting minis badly. I love painting minis, dude. I used to do that like so much. It's going to be a fun stream to watch. Yeah, it'll be eight very fun streams to watch. Hell yeah. I used to love painting all the Games Workshop stuff. Yeah, it'll be it'll be a real good time, and I'm like excited for the like preliminary roundtable stream that we're gonna do, where we'll be able to find out more about the ideas everybody's doing before we jump into the first part and start really getting crazy. Yeah, exciting stuff. Trying to think of other things I need to go over. I don't think I'm actually going to do a sketch card because my internet keeps dropping. It's somehow staying good, but it's pretty touch and go right now. I don't know if it's going to do what it did last night and restart my router at like 1:30 in the morning. If any of you guys were in here for that one. Yeah, so the giveaway will be one of those color packs, one of these. Maybe I'll do another one of these solo streams before the 24-hour challenge starts, because I like the idea of sort of it's almost like cheating, but having you guys help me it's almost like my comic will be a little bit of you guys getting to inject some ideas. So maybe we'll come up with some limited color palettes for the different scenes together on a stream. Silver, we're still figuring out the dates with all of the creators that are involved. It's Jeff Elkins, Kevin Castanero, Ryan Wynn, Rob Geronimo, Tyler Wentland, Nick Welch, myself, and Ed Ayala, and we'll all be doing our own comic, a 20-page comic in 24 hours, split up over 8 3-hour streams. We're going to be doing a roundtable stream hopefully in the next week or so. I'm hoping to get everybody on, where we'll talk more about the details and everything. It'll be tweeted out. I'm sure all the guys will tweet it out and everything too. And then we're going to start figuring out a schedule for the actual 8 separate streams that'll happen over multiple weeks, and they'll be cataloged on our channels, so you'll be able to go back and watch them if you miss them live. If you're an artist yourself and you want to follow along, we're talking about potentially doing a little fan challenge for that as well. But it'll be a really good time. And I also talked to Rob and Ryan about doing sort of a rotating schedule like the Jack Show does, where a couple of the parts will take place live on their channels, and we'll put a schedule up on Twitter, maybe make it my pinned tweet or something, so it'll tell you like which part is this date and which channel it's happening on, where to be and when to be, and you can come hang out with us and have a good time making comics and watching us make comics and stress our asses off while we do it. And I'm gonna get this Arteza sponsorship and just start giving away a bunch of Arteza stuff if it happens. Hell yeah, dude. That's what it's all about. The same reason I want to potentially do some review stuff down the road is just being able to share more information and help people out as much as possible. What is up, dude? I sent you the link, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to go tonight. It's the girlfriend's birthday tomorrow, so I don't want to be like sleeping in. And we're going to stream again tomorrow night. So I might just hold off on the Sketchcard tonight. But we got to go through a shitload. The shirts came in today. That was another thing I forgot to mention. So the first order of shirts for the City of Rat campaign are in, and I'll be able to start doing test pulls on that and getting the shirts ready and bagged up for shipping. Oh yeah, it's all good, dude. I'll probably go for another 10 minutes or so, and yeah, I think, didn't you get one, Colin? I think you backed us for a shirt. I have those though. We ordered some special colors for the team members and stuff like that aren't the gold ones because people wanted their own special ones. So some limited ones for the team, and then we got the gold ones for the campaign. And then right before we close the campaign in demand officially, I'll be putting in one final order for whatever other shirts we got. Because I think Mitch ordered one last night. That's what I hadn't decided on yet, Metatron. I've been sort of figuring that out. I know I have a bunch of different brushes and stuff, so I wanted to just get something really nice and utilitarian, maybe like 2 or 3 different sizes, and then because basically what I'm doing like I've been with the watercolor and stuff, my like underpainting method, where I block things in, lay things out, figure out the general gist of everything, and then I sort of punch in details with inking pens after it's all dry. So that was the idea, is to give someone, you'll get the paint set, you'll get the sketchbook, you'll get brushes at the like sizes and style that I would use for it, and then some of those inking pens I'll probably do like microns or something like that, do some of the regular fine tip microns in a couple different sizes, and then maybe one of the Sakura brush microns just to mix it up a little bit. Hell yeah, put you over the 10K mark with the shirt. Yeah, that's why I remembered it. And then Mitch got one too, so Mitch's will be in with the final order and everything. And like I said, this was just to do the test run and everything, get it all where it needs to be, and figure out the final finishing touches on it. So we're trying to make it the nicest merch we possibly can, in-house, made with love. And get them all to you dudes. Like you'll know that the Death Curse merch is made by these giant hands, which I like. I would have, but I don't wear yellow or pink. Oh, it's all good, dude. We'll be doing more merch in the future. We had tons of people just request like a plain black one. So we'll probably do one of those as well. We were talking about doing like a hoodie or something for Black Friday. So I guess if you guys wanted that, we could always do like a black shirt, or for the Black Friday deal, or what's it called? We could do a black hoodie or something. But yeah, it's just an idea. We all like those giant hands. Hail Silvar, hail Mitch, hail Colin. Hell yeah. If you love me, you'll print my logo upside down. You'd have to do a screen and everything for that. There's so much that goes into screen printing. Yeah, I'm trying to think of everything else. It was a busy day. You know I'm tapped when I start making those noises. We got 2 more spots, so I have reached out to a couple more artists about the 24-hour comic challenge because I think it would be cool to do the full 10 dudes and have a packed house. So we'll see if we can pull that off before the big round table show we do first. If we can pull that off, that'll be cool. Just waiting to hear back from a couple of people I had already reached out to. It's okay, I'm just being a yob or a wanker. Thunder, 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 smoke. Ho. What are you? Only 9 artists, 10 artists makes the screen weird. Really? That's hilarious. You got the 9 is like the Brady Bunch look. You got that perfect blocking. We have a 10th guy, but we make him sit backstage by himself. He's not allowed to talk to any of us. Yeah, 9 artists is 3 even rows. So we got room for 1 more dickhead. That'll be cool, though. It's going to be fun. And like I said, Kayla and Ed are basically on one while Kayla's holding it down and entertaining. Ed seems shy, so who knows if he'll even be on screen for most of it. It's also his first time making a comic, so it's going to be a trip for him as well. But yeah, keep a lookout, dudes. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on it. Subscribe to Ryan Wynn's channel and subscribe to Rob Geronimo's channel. I don't think I've actually mentioned it to Ryan yet, but I definitely talked to Rob about it. I wanted to do a sort of rotating block. I want at least the opening one and the final one to be on the Death Curse channel because it's our first big challenge and everything. But I wanted to plan it out where a couple of them would work or would happen live on Ryan's channel and a couple would happen live on Rob's channel as well. So we can spread out that love and get people watching and subscribing on their channels as well. So that's other stuff we will have to figure out as we plan. If we can do that, I think I know Ryan has the full version now, I'm pretty sure. So as long as it's not too much of a hassle, we will do it that way. But I want to help out the dudes as much as possible and make it a fun event for everybody. Keep building up this kick-ass community we've got over here and do some more fun stuff. That's why we got the giveaways and everything. I think that's a really cool idea. Like we were talking about having the fan challenge too, so I guess I'll figure out the parameters on that as well. We'll maybe come up with a rule set for that. Ryan, if you're still in here, that was going to be the fans watch along, and they have to make a 10-page comic in the 24 hours along with us. Yeah, and we'll all look over the fan ones at the end of the challenge, and we'll vote on our the best fan one and do a little giveaway for that. Gives people a little bit of incentive to make a little comic along with us. 10 is max for StreamYard. Make them work, hell yeah, and then maybe win something. I forget too, I have all the printer stuff here too. I could probably send the winner like some printed copies of their book as an ash can or something. We'll figure out something cool. But yeah, I think that'd be fun if people are gonna commit and actually do that. You do a 10-page while we're doing 20 pages. It's not as daunting. You still get to have fun and follow along with us, and potentially win something cool at the end of it. If I was good at drawing, I'd do it, but I can't constantly draw. Yeah, it's like a muscle, man. It's just everything. You gotta practice, practice, practice. That's why I'm getting back into it, and why I think this is such a good thing. Is it'll get me back to just doing it and not making excuses. That finished, not perfect mantra that we've been chanting here. Just getting something down on the page because there's always the next page, and getting the comic done because there's always the next comic. And these are personal, fun little experimental projects for me. This could potentially never get released to the public other than on here and to read by you guys. But I mean, like, produced for a mass audience and put in shops. But it was made. It was fun, and that's the objective. Like, if I can say both of those things at the end of it, man, I had fun making this, and I actually finished making it, then I have succeeded. Not sure I could do it with family and work and stuff. Oh yeah, it's definitely hard. That's why we all are sort of planning it around everyone's schedules and doing it in the 3-hour blocks, because it would be impossible for us to do the 24 hours straight unless we were all, like, doing this as full-time artists and didn't have day jobs and stuff. That's just not reality, sadly. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. I'm sorry for not doing a sketch card. Remind me if you're in here tomorrow night. We'll make up for that. We'll do the Isaac and a necromorph. We'll do a couple of them. I'll probably be pretty rip roaring after hanging out with the girlfriend for the day, celebrating her birthday, and having that delicious Thanksgiving dinner that I don't need to cook. It'll be a damn good time, but I'll definitely get on and do something. Exactly. 3-hour blocks is cool, I think. Way less burnout. So much less. That's the idea too, is I'm fucking 30 and I feel incredibly old. Like, a lot of these other dudes work jobs. Some of them are older than me. Some of them are even busier than I am with their day jobs and stuff. So it's like, they all also have their own books going right now. So this is like we figure out these little blocks that work for all of us, and we get together as friends, have fun, and all kick our asses making a weird little fun comic book, and just have a good time. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, all. Happy birthday, Beth. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's 1:17 here as well. Happy Thanksgiving indeed. But yeah, that's why that 3-hour block works great. And then we sort of, because we basically said, finished art needs to be live. So your pencils, inks, colors, letters on your final page need to be done live. But you can do all development sketches, writing, stuff like that. You can do that. You can do that off stream. So the cool thing about the 3-hour blocks is, we might do the first one, and then we might not all be able to get together for a week or two after that first one, or maybe 3 weeks. We don't know yet. So we have random periods of time in between each part where we can sort of tighten things up and think of other ideas and rework things that might not have worked when we were working in the first 3-hour block. So now we're into, hour 4 through 6, and we just had 2 weeks to reassess what wasn't working. But it's really like a 3-hour mark hits, pencils down, and, we can talk about it and everything. We can let things dry and look things over. If you need to take notes on what you want to come back to write next week, because I'm really going to come with like a little bit of a game plan every new part and be like, all right, this is what I need to be getting done and stay on track. But yeah, it's gonna be cool, and you guys will all get to see us all sort of tear our hair out and make a comic book, and a little peek in on us doing something different, because this isn't what you'd see from a comic on a normal deadline or anything like that. These are meant to be looser, more experimental, mess around, have fun with it. You guys can draw stick figures if you want to, and dialogue like that. Like if you're drawing along with us, it's just tell a story and have fun with it. It's your first one. It's not going to be the best. Well, that's what I'll be figuring out, Colin. If you're into doing it, we will do it on. We'll set up like a hashtag on Twitter. That you can tag us in and use the hashtag, and we can look through all of them on there at the end of it all. We'll do the 8 parts, and then we'll do like a roundtable stream after the 8 parts are done, where you guys can vote on which one of ours you think was the best. And we'll look through all the fan ones, and we'll show off the finals on ours. Hopefully by then too, everyone will have them, digitally scanned, and we can put them up on Twitter for people to read or wherever they want, so the fans can check them out and look through them and officially vote. And we'll make a fun night of that as well, like technically the 10th part of all of it, if you're including the round table at the beginning of the 8 parts too. But yeah, we'll make a big thing of it, and it'll be a damn good time. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you tomorrow.